In this plan with me, I'm turning my passion planner into a habit tracker in order to give my goal setting and productivity a nice boost going into the new year. I listened to David Bach not that long ago. He's a financial author. He has a podcast and I was listening to it. He was talking about how he starts his new year months in advance so he has momentum going into that new space, the new measurement of time, new 12 months. And in doing so, I really looked at my productivity and my systems for making sure that I'm accomplishing my goals and what it is that I do during the day. And I found that my passion planner really wasn't doing the job. I've since then changed to a different system for keeping track of my to-do list items and my goals, but I needed to figure out what I was going to do with my passion planner because I did buy it and I still do really love having some kind of paper there where I can use a pencil and kind of map out my month ahead or my year ahead and try things out. And so what I ended up doing was using it as a tracker. And so here in the video, what I'm doing is I'm just mapping out my December first. And with that, I've already done most of my planning in Trello. So this is where I'm saying there's some discrepancies here on what has been most effective in the year. And I just realized my index cards and Trello and Google Calendar has like pushed my game forward. And the passion planner is just something I kind of do to just calm the anxiety, I guess. And so anyway, and what's frustrating, I'm not going to get into it. I'll get into it later on another video. But basically what I'm doing is transferring some of the items that I did in my Trello Christmas plan. And one of those things is my Christmas wish list. So my personal Christmas wish list, what is my intention going into December? Now, all of these things are here because I'm using the planner as a tracker. So I'm going to go into it every day. And this is just some of the most important things that were in that Trello board being represented here on the page. So whenever I open it up to track something, I can then be reminded, oh yeah, something that was really important to me was to have all of my presents done and wrapped a week before Christmas. I don't know about you, but it has been a tradition of mine, whether good or bad, to wrap all the presents like the night of. Not this year. So I have all my little items here, and then basically what I've done is that I have within the tracker, what I've decided to track was based off of a book that I'm reading by Bryan Tracy. It's on Audible. You can get it for free if you use my link below. It's audibletrial.com/JenniferDono. You can get a 30-day free trial and 1 credit if you're a non-Prime member, 2 credits if you're a Prime member, and you can read the same book that I'm reading. And it's called No Excuses. And in one of the exercises, he has you go through and write down your goals for the next 12 months, which I was like, oh, perfect, because I'm starting my 2021 earlier this year. And so I wrote down all of my goals for the next 12 months. I mean, I wrote down a lot of things that I wanted to accomplish, and I kind of figured out to bundle them into different like togetherness things so that you could work on them together. And then weirdly, I came across this idea of a project every month. I'm not doing a project every month, but I liked the idea that you work on your goals in projects. So I set them together as projects and gave them months of like time to focus on. And Bryan Tracy, what he says in the book is to create a major definite purpose. And this is something that Napoleon Hill talks about in Think and Grow Rich, which would be a great second book to get with that Audible trial. But my major definite purpose for the next couple weeks and going into December is number 1, to improve my sleep patterns. So that's what I'm setting up right here. I'm doing my wake up, and I don't even remember what what the acronym was. WU was for wake up time. So I was going to write the time I woke up. And then the BB was bed something. I don't remember. I'll remember once I'm done with this video. So I'll track the time that I go to bed and the time I wake up in the planner. And so that's my one definite purpose. And then my second one is YouTube with Artist Way. I got really used to doing a challenge and being creative and showing up to do work basically. And I've been really missing that. And so I'm going to do a 30 videos in 30 days challenge in YouTube. And these are things that I've tried to do in the past and just for whatever reason, just never saw it through. I know what the reason is because making videos is really time consuming. So anyway, I'm trying to set myself up here and I've got all these things that I'm tracking. And within that, whether it's tracking these dates and using the planner as a tracker to track the dates, I'm also using it as a way to kind of track, I guess, to be reminded of the dates is what I'm trying to say, but also to track when these important holidays are happening, because my major definite purpose in December is YouTube in those 30 days. So when I'm creating content, I can create content around those tentpole events, whether it's National Cookie Day, Christmas, any of those fun things. And then if you watch my video about planning November, I also include items like astrological things, which you definitely don't have to, but I think it's beneficial. And then as you see, I'm erasing all of my pencil markings, which is something that I did with an Artist's Way when we would do the activities. I do it in my my journals, and I do fun doodles and write down my answers to the activities. And I write all of my, and as you can see with this monthly planner, I've written everything that is like appointments and things like that in pencil, which I'll continue to do. You'll see in this video. But I liked the look of the pen being permanent, and I like the look of the pen with the doodles. And it was kind of a tricky thing with the Passion Planner. I have their highlighters, which at first I was like, these are really lame because they're so light, and they all have kind of a similar color hue with like the greens and the oranges, and it's kind of lame. But over time I have found use in the slight color changes, and I figured out how to use them a little bit better. So I went ahead and got my December started, and then we're here in the last official week of November, so I just kind of went over that monthly review, which I'll do this week. Now I've already started to set up my weekly tracker. This is where the fun really kicks in, because my major definite purpose going into December, of course, is YouTube and sleeping. I have my tracking for my awake hours, or when I wake up and when I go to bed, up at the top with that WU and the BB too, still, where I'm going in every day to do that as my reminder. And then I've seen this saying a few times just within the last couple days: what is tracked improves. And so I made sure I wrote that down too, because that's essentially what I'm basing the next month off of, is that tracking things is important. And if this works out, I'm gonna go in through December and keep doing this and use my Passion Planner for this, and maybe even get one for 2021. But so what I did was I broke down my hours. And again, this is just a pencil, a pen, highlighters, a ruler. I don't have whiteout. I don't have stickers. I don't have anything special. So anyone could do this. And you don't need fancy Passion Planner highlighters, although I think they are pretty affordable, and they've lasted a few months so far and still look good. So anyway, I went ahead and just assigned, I figured out that I wanted to track my hours, my watch hours, and then my my subscribers. So if you're watching this, please subscribe and like this video. It's important. But I thought this is a great thing to track because it's important to YouTube, and they make it really easy to track that within the analytics too of the YouTube dashboard. Watch hours, you have to get 4,000 to be monetized and have 1,000 subscribers. So what I've done, I've already highlighted the section of how many watch hours I have and how many subscribers I have. And I'm going to use this as essentially a bar graph throughout the week. And I'll keep track of the watch hours each day, my subscribers. I have a feeling I shouldn't say anything. I was going to say, I don't know how much these bars are going to go up. Like I said it in increments of tens because I wanted to see movement rather than doing like hundreds, because you can get up to thousands, but I wanted to see a bar movement. So again, if you are interested in seeing how this journey goes with the tracking, subscribe to the channel. And I have more videos, as you can see, penciled in. Again, penciled in, because it irritates me when I have to cross things out. And plus, I do like the look of the pencil. I like using the pencil. I like the whole experience of the pencil. I like the eraser, because I know you can get pens that erase too, even highlighters erase, but pencils are also just so much more affordable. So anyway, I have my Plan With Me video set up, and the video titles are concepts up at the top, but they might change. And if I'm honest with myself, they usually change. So now, and the good things that happen, rather than writing out what has happened that is good over the week, which I use my journal for. I have a journal that I use where I do my daily, my morning pages still from Artist's Way. And so I mean, I just found that being redundant again. So I changed that into more tracking spaces for my goal, my major definite purpose of YouTube. And I used a lot of the metrics that were important to YouTube within the dashboard. So going into what to do with this to-do list space. And I see a lot of YouTubers that are in the Plan With Me community using stickers to block these out. And again, I just don't have stickers, so I just tried to use what I have. And I made it into something less of a checklist and more of just, again, things that are important, because these items are actually in my Trello board for YouTube, my YouTube creator Trello board. And this is, again, just something more to get my attention as I'm going in each day to track, that I remind myself, these are things that I want to do. And some of these things I don't necessarily need to have done this week, but could be something that I focus on. So those items are all in pencil because there is a good chance that I'll have those changed later on. And so the first column, I am focusing on the channel. The second column you'll see is more around quality control. So I don't know how you would apply this to whatever it is that you're tracking, but I really love the idea of using the hourly columns as a space where you could do a bar graph. So whether it's steps or maybe it's time that hours slept, if that's something that's important to you. But all of this is going to be interesting because my two major definite purposes going into December, I would really see sleep as being my major definite purpose and my wake hours when I wake up. My goal really is to wake up at 5 a.m. That's like the reason why I'm doing all of this. And I have a lot of reasons why I want to. I mean, my last video, I talked about it being part of my holiday daily flow. And this is something that I've been working on for a really long time, trying to get up at that earlier hour. And there's reasons behind that. But that's my major definite purpose for the next couple of weeks, just to get me into that habit of doing it and tracking it. I think it's going to be really beneficial. And then also, I feel like those two things don't go well together. Editing videos and trying to get them up every day and then actually going to sleep at a reasonable hour, for me, just in the past have not worked well. So it'll be interesting to see what happens with this. YouTube is really not going to be my definite purpose until December, so another week or so. And but until then, getting into the habit and just having fun with it, I think will really help it out. So this is what I've done. I've changed the planner over into this tracker space. I really recommend you guys, if you have any interest in self-help and in accomplishing your goals or starting the new year early, check out the Bryan Tracy book. I'm enjoying it. I haven't finished it yet. I'm like halfway through the book, but I listen to it whenever I'm out on a walk. If I'm cleaning around the house or doing dishes, I listen to it at 1.2 speed rate, and I really enjoy it. And you can get it for free using the Audible trial link. I get a small commission off of it, so thank you for that. And then also, if you get that bonus credit, check out Napoleon Hill, because he talks a lot about the major definite purpose. And it was so funny that Bryan Tracy mentioned it, because it's very similar, but he uses it in the sense of a goal versus in a sense of life's purpose, which is always what tripped me up with Napoleon Hill's Think and Grow Rich. Was like, what is my life's purpose? It just seems so big. So I liked the idea of bringing it into the goals. So just to wrap up this video, now I'm just adding more color. And even after this video, I've added more color to the planner. Doing the doodles, I just pulled up on Google Christmas doodles, and I copied a lot of the doodles that were in the image searches. So I apologize if one of these is your doodles. Thank you for the inspiration. But then using the highlighter, it's just kind of nice because, again, it's all just trying to entice me to open up the planner and record what it is that I did. And color is, like I said in my previous video about the Trello board and using GIFs and fun things like that in the board and making it aesthetically pleasing. The more pretty things are for me, the more likely I'll open it up and use it. And color is just attractive. All right, so if you like this video, again, please subscribe and like it. I'd love to hear how you use your passion planner or how you track items, or if you track things. So comment below. Thank you so much for watching, and I hope to see you later on this week.